Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of Hideout Rundown. This episode, we've got Ouchdog, we've got Ruben, and special guest Zaj Dion. All right, as per usual, we're gonna be listening to 10 songs. All of them came out this week, and yeah. First one up is "My Way" by Laszlo. I like that.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of like older Laszlo, like Supernova and some of his like NCS stuff.
Oh. Yeah, Oops, I muted myself. I
I thought that was alright.
I was getting more reminded of Gravity, like his liftoff house
yeah.
style.
That sounds to me like a carbon copy of Gravity. Like even parts of the melody sound straight from Gravity.
The melody is a lot more repetitive.
Yes,
that was something that turned me off a little bit.
It's catchy, but it doesn't have like the same like emotional value that some of Laszlo's other stuff has.
Yeah,
I agree. Or like the fun, like stuff like Redshift. Like it doesn't have the kind of just like energy that stuff like Redshift have.
Well, even for like a standard kind of Laszlo Future House song, I think Gravity is the perfect example of that. It's
100% agree.
Yeah, fun vocals, a fun drop with clean production, and it's nice and crisp. Something I really appreciate about Laszlo's like Future House is it has the leads and the synths or whatever have this kind of like crunchiness, this harder texture to them, and it makes it a lot more satisfying to listen to, in my opinion. It makes it like a cut above your average Future House song or whatever. And so this song does have that sound design going for it, but what it has in sound design, it lacks in melodies. Because like Guillaume said, it's very repetitive and it's not as catchy as some of his other stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely a Laszlo song.
It's one of those songs
the thing about
that
Laszlo,
like, yeah, it's cool, and then you just won't listen to it.
Yeah, pretty
again.
much.
Yeah, that's true. The thing about Laszlo is that his sound design is so distinct, and like if I heard this song without any like name attached to it, I'm 100% instantly, oh, that's a Laszlo. Like I really like that aspect about him. I think this is much better than the other song he had this year called Be Mine. I didn't like that song really at all. I thought this was like pretty decent.
I don't even remember what that sounds like.
That and Be Mine are definitely a lot weaker, and they're more repetitive.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
but they're not bad by any means. Just not up to standard of like.
Yeah, I don't think Laszlo's
album.
like capable of making bad music. Like he just never has.
True.
It's a nice song, like we all said, but definitely not as memorable as his house stuff from the Liftoff EP. And it feels kind of like a B-side. I know Ouchdog always says that, but this really does feel like a B-side from that EP or LP.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, next one is what?
You're forgetting a key part of the series, Joe. Key part.
Oh, what would you rate it? 1 to 10?
I'll say like 6.5.
I'll say 7.
I'll say 7 too.
7.
There you go.
All right. Now we can get to the next song. It's another Monstercat mainstay. This is Interstellar by Au5 featuring Danyka Nadeau.
Wow.
So
that was good.
Yeah, that was really good.
All right, you guys want to start it off?
I just think whenever Au5 makes just about anything, like the things that come as like the way he makes music and like the way his drums sound, specifically the way his drums sound and the way his sound design is, it's just always good. Like I said this before, like a generic Au5 melodic dubstep song is so much different from just a generic melodic dubstep song in general.
100%.
Because his production is so unique and so crisp, and I just end up liking everything he puts out.
Yeah, even just like his like synths, like especially in this song, the synth I notice is a lot more kind of distorted than it usually would be. like in a meld-up song, even in an AU5 song, and it's nice and gritty and crunchy, and it has this fast rhythm. Like, people always complain, especially with Goodbye, that they complain, oh, it's so generic, it's generic AU5. But even that song is so distinctly AU5, and it's so set apart from the rest of melodic dubstep. Like, when I think generic melodic stuff, I think like Last Heroes, where it's just a held synth over some drums, you know what I mean? And AU5 is nowhere near that capacity. And so I always disagree when people compare his stuff to that, even if it is similar to stuff he's made before. I think it stands out enough every time.
He's almost like Laszlo in that sense, where he's so, like, it's so easy to point out, like, that a song is by AU5 and that his sound is so recognizable and it's always consistently so, like, good. He's just one of those artists that always, like, you can tell puts so much effort into their music, and it's really, like, nice to see.
See, my thing with AU5 is that I feel like how much I like the song just depends on how satisfying it is for me, and with a lot of his music, I just don't come back to it because I could listen to another AU5 song. But this is definitely one I feel like I'd come back to because it's just really nice to listen to.
I was kind of underwhelmed up until like the second half of the song when it gets like more euphoric and Danyka goes crazy on her vocals. Then it starts picking up for me, but the first drop I was really underwhelmed with, and I'm not like impressed by like the melody, but like you guys said, it's an AU5 song. It's like a guaranteed at least 7. So
yeah, it just comes with it. He's just one of those artists where he doesn't make like a bad song usually, like almost never.
Yeah.
But then gets best performances in a while, I feel like.
Yes,
Yeah,
I was gonna say that.
She's been going off this year. She's been really good this year on everything.
She's been going off, and we've heard a few of her performances, I think, on the show. Maybe just the Bandle song. This is like probably my favorite performance I've heard from her this year. The vocals are like really, really fun, and they're kind of like cheeky too. Like it gives it a very, it sets it apart from, like, I mean, the song is unique as it is, but it also gives it this very kind of fun undertone and makes it more, I don't know, it makes it a little more interesting to listen to, that kind of dynamic in there. And like Jillian said, the part where it gets all euphoric at the end and she's showing off her like vocal range going up to the top, like that's awesome. I could listen to that for a long time.
For AU5 and Danyka Nadeau, unbreakable duo.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah.
Such a good combination.
As soon as you see that, you know it's like 8 out of 10 plus.
Yeah, because what is it? Eden is super good. Inside is super good. Crossroads super good.
Yeah, Crossroads like.
Follow You super good.
True.
Crazy too.
Crossroads
This
is
was released on
superior to
NTS, and it doesn't really. It doesn't sound restricted like most artists when they release NTS.
I would say it's a little more watered down than his Monstercat stuff and his off Monstercat stuff, a little bit, but not by a lot. Like you could tell with this and Closer, they're just like.
Closer's also really good.
Yeah, they're a little bit watered down and more like focused on the melody, and he doesn't really go for like the big dubstep drops like Always in a Nightmare.
But sometimes that just makes it sound more smooth.
Yeah, true.
Right.
I'm feeling like a 7.
I'm probably gonna feel an 8.
I'll go conservative 8.
I'll go a solid 8.5.
All right. Next one is.
Next one's gonna be so good.
I've been pumping this song all week. I'm so excited for this. This one is Cormak and Sam Welch, The Devil I Know.
We could get high, so high all night. Take me to the place I know your demons hide. Yeah, you're looking so.
I love that song. I've been pumping that shit all
I love
week.
Cormac so much. Everything he puts out is so good. He doesn't put out like a lot. He's not consistent in terms of like quantity, but he is so consistent in terms of quality.
For
Yeah, it
real.
was really good. And one thing I noticed that there's like the vocal chops and the drop, like they'd be so weird in any other song, but they just fit in super well
Yeah.
with everything going on.
Yeah, that was something I noticed too.
The best thing about Cormac's music though is that like the guitar sounding like distorted kind of sound that's in like a lot of his music. It's in Meraki. It's like, and it sounds so good, and it's in the All My Friends remix. Dude, just that little like really clean I don't know if it's like a guitar sound like that. It just sounds like a guitar, but it's
I
so
heard-
good.
Yeah, I heard that in the background too, and that's one of the things is all the songs he goes off on guitar. Even more electronic-based songs like his "All For You" remix starts
Even
out
that
with
I remix
those
is so-
nice like guitar strums, and yeah, like he can do vocal chops really well. Like especially, I know we're supposed to be talking about this song, but that "All For You" remix, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
Vocal
and
chops
and
have
Therapy
potential-
too has
Yeah,
really good vocal chops.
well, they have potential to sound annoying, but they don't. They work and they never get on my nerves. And yeah, this song was really, it was a nice, like, funky, you know, kind of catchy Outdog beat, but it was definitely elevated a lot by the vocals, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
vocals
They
are
were
great,
Yeah.
So good.
I
Yeah.
dude. I love Cormac.
the vocal.
Like he's such a
gushing.
good artist. One of my favorite,
More.
like one of my favorite producers in this realm by far. He's so good. I wish he put out more stuff because everything he puts out is incredible.
Like some of the things, I guess Sam Welch was probably singing, but like some of the things he said is weird. Like when he says burn, he's like Bjarn. But
Yeah,
that was
the
like
lyrics aren't-
the vocals.
like the vocals themselves are not perfect,
Yeah,
but like they fit super well over the instrumental.
yeah. That was
Yeah.
that was like my only real qualm with the song. I like the early Madion vibe. Like it reminds me of Cut the Kid a little bit.
Oh, that's Cormac. Cormac is like Madion, but like more.
Reincarnate.
It's like he heard Cut the Kid, and that's the only song he's heard. He's trying to recreate it, but he's so good at it.
I don't have a problem with that. Cut the Kid's amazing.
Yeah.
Cut the Kid's incredible. It's like his Madion's
Yeah.
best song.
Well, yeah, I think there's not really too much to this song, which works in its favor. It's just a nice
Because
catchy song.
what is there is
Yeah.
so tight and satisfying.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's super
what's
satisfying.
there. What's there is necessary and pleasant to listen to, and you know, it's really not trying to overstay its welcome. It's just a short, catchy song, and yeah, it really works in that regard, in my opinion.
True. I'm feeling like a high 8, low 9ish.
I'm feeling a 9.
I'm gonna go 7.5.
I'll go 7.5.
There we go.
All right.
We're real spread across the board here. These first 3 songs.
Next one
All over.
is Aiobahn's Bitbird debut, or for a solo
Love the
song at
song.
least. This is
We're gonna-
Fragments featuring KOCHO. I am like so underwhelmed by that. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Okay, we're about to have a reverse Jacob curse moment because I really enjoy this song, and it seems like unfortunately I'm the only one. If only Aaron was here, he'd be on my side, but
Dude,
he's not.
It's
so-
not
I like-
even that bad. It's just that like the drops are not good at all. Like the first
Yeah,
drop is
I
cool,
agree.
the second drop is and then the third drop just straight up sucks. Like I hate the third drop.
I like the vocals a lot. Like they're really well done. And that's about it. I think the first drop has like I think that kind of phasery sound is really like goofy and it just doesn't work well.
in the first drop.
Yeah. The second drop just has like no impact and the tempo change just feels so awkward and like it was done like there was no thought going into the tempo change just felt random.
Yeah, that tempo change was like the build up to that third drop. I got so excited. Like that lead was so nice. That was like the best part of the song, but like the third drop underwhelmed me so much. Like the look on my
Okay.
face was terrible.
Okay, so I'll admit the tempo change and the third drop admittedly did take a little getting used to, but once I got past it, I was really able to just get into this song. Like once the kind of shock, once I re-listened to it and the shock had worn down because I knew it was coming, I was able to look past it, and for good reason, because I think the first and second drop are so good. I think they're awesome. The first drop, Outstar doesn't like that sound. I love it. I love the way it flutters around in my ears, and there's all these little like glitchy, like little white noise stuff kind of panned. It sounds so cool. And then the second drop hits, and I'm a big fan of like start-stop music, and this is just it done really well. It starts-stop, and it has all these. Again, he takes all those little glitchy noises or little percussion elements, and it's just swimming around in my headphones, and I just adore that. I think it sounds so good.
I respect the dynamic of the song a lot. Like, I respect what he was going for. I just don't like the drops.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
The third drop is definitely the weakest, but it's I can look past it. It's not bad to me. It's
The
just
song
not
would
as
be-
good.
It'd be a solid 8 without the third drop.
It might be like a 6 without it, but right now I'm feeling like a 4, to be honest.
Well,
I don't know. And this different. It's like Aiobahn is like consistently one of my favorite like house artists. I just think his music's always so fun. Like
He's consistently
that's
one of my least
specifically,
favorite.
it's fun and it's really impactful. I think this song's neither of those.
Yeah, I agree.
well, I know that second drop, you guys were calling it unimpactful in the chat a little. Like, I don't think it's really trying to be, like, I don't know. I don't think it's trying to be impactful in the way that like a ear flooding like Meldub or future based synth would be. I think it's a cool synth sound, and it's not going for that. So, and I think it works in that regard. Like, I think the second drop, the sound design, like especially that synth, is pretty unique, and it's not just like a super saw. And so the whole song is filled with like lots of these weird sounds, like for better or for worse. I haven't really heard anything like that first drop lead in a long time, and it's constantly changing, and it's a bit clunky, I'll say, but I really appreciate that. I'm gonna say a strong 8.5 for this one.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna say like 6, 5.5 around there.
I'm feeling like a 4.
It's
Damn.
one of the better Aiobahn cuts I've heard, but like production choices still bring it down. I'd say it's a 6.5.
I'm alone on this one.
This is a me with Cranked At Poppin'. Alright, next up is Esplanade by Pierce Fulton. Wow, that was the
Feel
most.
nothing.
That was a nothing song.
That was
Yeah.
so boring.
Oh god, yeah, that's just the epitome of boring. Like, Outshot called it Sleeper House, and that's exactly what it is. It's just a bass line and a pluck and some drums. Just
I forgot I was
repeating.
listening to it.
I just
I
looked
know.
up the definition for the word esplanade, and it means a long, open, level area, typically beside the sea. And I think that's it's the perfect title for the song.
True.
Self-aware.
This song is a long, open area with nothing else.
Yeah, it's not even like a field of like grain or
Yeah,
something.
it's an area.
It's just like a flat grass, and it's all like well trimmed. There's no weeds, there's no plants or anything. It's just grass.
Yeah.
You know, usually songs like these are supposed to have good atmospheres, but the only atmosphere I see is sitting in a white room with nothing else.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's like normally when people make songs like these, like I don't really like a lot of, I don't even know what this is. Whatever
Like
house.
progressive
it is.
house.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like progressive house, but it doesn't progress.
Doesn't
There's
yeah.
no, there's no change at all. It's the same thing, and like I can get why. I can get songs like this being long. I get that people who like this music like long songs and they like it to be a little repetitive. But, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, usually they go somewhere or they evolve at some point in any way. Like, this song had, like, no change. I'm struggling to think of a moment where, like, the song changed.
Yeah, when it
at
built up
all.
and it added to the same, it was the same drop that other played, but there was an extra pluck that was added. That was insane. Cannot
I know.
believe that he took the risk to do that.
I don't know. I have
Come on.
nothing to say about this. I just don't know how this is a Pierce Fulton song.
Yeah.
Like, how does he
no,
digress
this
from
he-
his Life in Letters? How does he go from Life in Letters
a very
3
Pierce
years
Fulton
ago?
So Pierce Fulton has 3 distinct styles. He has his electro house he was making like 2012. He has his Better Places, Borrowed Lives kind of stuff, and he has his like atmospheric progressive house, that kind of music. And the atmospheric progressive house is always, like, out of his newer music, the weakest stuff, in my opinion, just because he those types of songs don't really fit with the Pierce Fulton sounds that are his best. Like the stuff like Better Places and Borrowed Lives are just so fun, and even like No More and Kuwaga are like they're really impactful and fun. And I hope he goes down a more like that kind of like indie rock-ish route with stuff like Better Place. I think Better Places is fantastic, and Borrowed Lives is really good too. So
yeah, I literally have nothing to say because it's just a nothing song. It's like a
love
like a
to
Minecraft
hear
speedrun.
Tony Romero collab.
Oh yeah,
yeah, like a Minecraft speedrun. I thought I was watching like a quick like Windows tech tutorial. On
for
YouTube
real,
or
yeah,
something.
it's exactly what it feels
Just
like.
a song in the background.
It's like when you're watching like a Minecraft speed build.
They just put that long music in the background to fill the space.
Escapade, or what is it called? Esplanade.
I feel like I learned how to.
I already
replace
forgot
guitar.
the name of the entire song. I'm feeling a flat 3.
I'm
like
feeling
the
a 4.
flattest 3.
I'll give it a.
I'll give it a solid 2.5.
I'm feeling like 3. Yeah, it's just nothing.
All right, next one is Ouchdog music as fuck.
Let's go. Is it Corey Henry?
It's Corey Henry and the Funk Apostles with Rise.
You were part of me. Together said we gon' rise. All my people singing.
That's so good.
Why don't you
Banger.
start it, bro?
So Corey Henry is like, I'm assuming none of you have ever heard any Corey Henry songs other than this before.
I
No,
have
never.
not.
He is so good.
I like the
fantastic.
message of the song. It's trying to keep like a nice uplifting vibe with everything going on.
and it
I respect
takes all the
a lot.
influences from like
What
the
did
origins of
Ricco
like
say?
stuff like funk music. Like there's a lot of soul in the vocals, and there's a lot of soul influence in the song, and that's again with the message, and it's so good. I this is fantastic, and I love Corey Henry is just such a great artist. And everything about this track, like the bass, the guitar, the keys, and the vocals too, are like the I don't know if this is the Funk Apostles on the vocals, but they at some parts they just go wild, and it's so fun.
I like political songs where it's like you can't really tell until you really listen to the lyrics, so it can be casual listening or not, just depending on how you want it. And it's a good song to listen to. Good and a good message.
Something I noticed about that song that was pretty cool is that it was mastered or whatever to sound like a song that's way older than it is. Because it has this kind of lower quality sound to it in a good way. It's not a bad thing, and
It's like vintage.
It's intentional,
finally.
and it makes it feel. Not to mention that the instrumental and the vocals, it feels like a song from a long time ago, you know what I mean? And that just adds to that, and it makes me feel like I could be hearing this on the classics radio or something. It doesn't sound like something that came out in 2020, which is nice.
For real.
Yeah, he's definitely going back to like the roots of funk and jazz, which is in soul. And it's obvious, and it sounds really great.
Yeah. And it also shows like how long the problems discussed in the song have existed for,
100%.
you know.
Yeah, they've been like it's a systemic thing with the U.S. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 9.
This is a solid 8.
I'll say a 7. Because in all honesty, it didn't like blow me away or anything, but it was just a nice song. So yeah.
I'll give it an 8.5.
Okay.
All right, next up, the banger, "Broken Glass" by Sabai featuring Merseh. Bro, why did she go off on the vocals
Goes
like
hard.
as it faded out?
Song of the year.
Yeah, true, Jim. That was like the best part of the vocals.
Like her best vocals were on the fade out. Why wasn't she singing like that the whole time?
When it's
I think this is a lot better than Million Days, to be honest.
I would agree with that.
Like it's
Agree, 'cause Million
produced
Days
so
is
much
better,
better
actually.
than Million
Better than
Days.
Save You.
Million Days is
Yeah,
better.
I think
but
this
that's not
is
saying a lot.
this is probably
Yeah,
his
it's
best
alright.
song.
Oh,
best
this is his
song.
worst easily, I think.
Oh, really?
Really?
No, this is his best song.
I think this is better than
Uh,
Save You.
We're trying to compare which 2 is better than the other 2s.
We're trying to. It's like we're taking the same song and says, yeah, this copy of this song's better than the other one.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
the
the
thing
vocals in this were really good.
Yeah.
Production was insanely underwhelming.
Okay.
The lyrical content was bland.
It was EDM lyrics, like.
Yeah.
But
What
the
you getting
vocalist
at?
herself
Monstercat?
sounded really good on this. Like, I like her
Yeah, I
voice.
agree.
If she
Yeah,
was singing
it's
about other things on a better song, she would fit very nicely.
I'd say the standards for basic EDM lyrics have gotten so much worse.
I know. They
Yeah.
really have.
I missed when it was all like, yeah, touch the sun.
Love-
I miss the
love
days, yeah.
immersive vocals.
Bring back the AU5 female vocalist singing about going to the stars or some shit. Like, bring that back. But the reason we're not really talking much about the song is because there's like nothing to say about it. It's exactly what you would expect it to be if you've heard Million Days. It's nothing more, nothing less. Nice vocals, but I mean, the other songs had nice vocals. It's like, it's the same.
The snare is
Yeah.
terrible, by the way.
Yeah, not very good snare.
Like, I don't know why of all, like, Million Days and Save You had fine snares. I don't know why that was a thing. I'm feeling the cleanest 5.
I'm feeling like 4.5.
I'll say,
Three.
I'll say 4.5.
I'll say 3.5.
Damn. Okay.
We really live in a
Song is
world where
kinda-
Sabai haters.
Yeah.
you
Alright.
you guys just hate
Sorry,
the
I've
Eastern
never
artists.
experienced heartbreak, so I can't relate. I'm
True.
sure if I did, it would be an 11, maybe a 12.
Yeah, maybe a 12.
I want to blast the by in a trap house.
Okay, I'm back anyways.
All right, let's
and I got
listen
a
to
cue.
The Algorithm by Underbelly.
I just got blue balled so hard.
That song
That was really underwhelming.
exists.
Yep.
It looked like it's about to build into something cool, and then the beat changed for no reason, and then it changed again for no reason.
Did the Julian Calor formula go from house to an unfitting trap switch up?
Except it lasted for more than half a second.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to say about this. It's like it's cool sounding, I guess, but I'll never
Yeah.
come back to it. And I wish he focused more on like the musicality of the song,
Yeah.
because there's nothing
Yeah.
really there except cool sound
If you want my
design.
reason for this, go to last episode. Go to the part about the refract song, and it's everything that I said about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Listening to it now, it's not as good as I remember it. I would still, it's definitely a song I respect a lot more than I enjoy, because it is very technically competent, but at no point did it really feel like it had too much impact or purpose to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I never felt like
Yeah.
it was going anywhere. It was just kind of there, and it wasn't building towards anything really. It didn't
Yeah,
feel
there
like
was no like climax. It felt like it just
Yeah.
kind of meandered.
It felt like it was gonna build into something, and then
Well,
it lost all momentum, and then just kept getting progressively like less complex.
and oh,
It's
sorry,
just
yeah.
unsatisfying.
Well, I feel kind of bad saying negative things about the song because the guy who made it runs a YouTube channel called You Suck at Producing, and he makes a lot of like videos, and so
That's a great channel. I
It
love
is.
that channel.
It's a very great channel, and he knows what he's doing a lot. And
Yeah, he's a great producer.
I have immense respect for him, but
Yeah,
and the song, but it's just not really my thing.
It's definitely a well-made song. It's just I wish different choices were made in the production.
Yeah. Like, there's nothing like wrong with it on a technical stance. It's just it lacks musicality and kind of purpose, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really much else to say. Do you guys have any other points to make?
Not really.
It started and ended, and I'm the same person now than I was when it started.
Yeah, I'm feeling a clean 6.
I'll give it a 6.
I'm gonna feel like 5.
It's a 5.
All right, next one is a song that I recommended. It's coming from Ricco Harver. I think that's how you say his name. Really, really good stuff, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do.
So good.
I don't know. I'm not a massive fan.
I like the vocal chops a lot. Ricco Harver, incredible producer, but some of his dubstep stuff kind of grating on the ears. So when he went down this house route, oh my god, I was so excited. This is an amazing song. I like how it slowly progresses. I like the percussion a lot. I like the vocal chops a lot.
I like
Very
how
good song.
this song feels like it progresses like naturally. Like
Yeah.
the last one didn't at all, and that's what threw me off. But this one does, and it's like the highlight of it.
Mhm.
I like the vocal chops a lot too. Those are really good.
Yeah, they make the song for me.
I've been more and more into this like softer kind of house style. This future, I guess it's kind of future house, but a different breed of it, and I've been really into it lately.
Yeah, same kinda. It's like house that mainly focuses on vocal chops and stuff like that.
Yeah, a little bit
Really
like
I think
Doom
you can get
house.
a little.
This
Wait.
this. Oh, sorry.
It can get a little boring occasionally for me, just because
True.
like there isn't really like a main thing to hold on to, as much as like other Future House songs, for me. And I don't know, like the clap. I don't know if it was just like very quiet or if it was just like mixed in with everything else, where I couldn't really point out like a clap, so it kind of felt, the beat kind of felt a little disjointed.
I feel like songs like these though, it's like different Future House songs get old really quickly, but songs like these you'll just keep coming back to.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
To get less like annoyed by the melody or bored by it as quickly.
hmm
This is, yeah, it's a nice song. It feels like that kind of, I'm thinking of that other style of like future, like Oliver Heldens, where it's like kind of like a bass line or this kind of like plucky kind of sound that, and it's minimal Future House with vocal chops in that one sound. And I'm thinking that this song could have easily been like that. The vocal chops are kind of reminiscent of that, but it instead has this nice kind of synth that, like Zaj said, just evolves over time naturally. And so it sets it out a little bit, and it can get a little repetitive. I agree with Ouchdog, but I think in the end, it's a worthwhile listen.
I love it personally. I'm feeling a good 9.
Oh damn!
I'll tell you a 6.
I'm gonna say 7.
I'm gonna say 7.5.
Fair enough. All right, last song of the episode, coming at us from Matthew GH, Non, and Mr. Galley, is Polymorph by the Brig. Okay,
Yep.
that
This
happened.
is a song.
I saw the art. I saw Circus Records. I saw the Brig, and I was like, "Yep, heard it."
It's
Don't even have to
it's on the
It's
better
actually-
side of the
Yeah,
Brig
no, it's
stuff
a
as of
little
late.
different from like the typical.
It's a lot more. It's a lot more
20
melodic.
like- yeah, and that's what makes it better than like everything the Briggs put out. That's like his gamer dubstep, but it's still gamer dubstep. But it's a cut above the rest of the Briggs gamer dubstep.
Yeah, the snare in the beginning was really cool.
Yeah, the snare's great. That's
the-
Brig always does that very well.
Zed said something while we were listening that said he said the melody is like the duck song, which is kind of accurate. The melody
I
is
have
just
not
like
heard the
really
duck
like
song.
childlike and just like
Yeah,
It is.
especially that
sounds like a
lead
song
in
you'll
the-
hear on Nick Jr.
The lead on the at the start was not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's nothing I'd show the homies.
Nothing. you
Sabai
bump on the
Broken
aux
Glass
or-
on the other hand, that's something I play on the aux.
Well, you guys got to get
Never
on this.
misses.
It's called Polymorph by the Brig. It's fire.
Yeah, he hasn't been having a good couple of EPs because he drops like an EP every month. I
Dude,
assume this
the
is the
one
first
EP
track off the Polymorph E EP.
The one EP that he made like early this year was just quite possibly one of the worst dubstep EPs I've ever listened to.
Yeah, he hasn't, like, the After Party EP was a bit different, but that's just because it hit hit like a note for me with like shitty bro step that just hits hard for me. And the Summer Melancholy EP is like a classic. But besides
like
that, he's
Mr.
kind of a
Electron.
meh artist.
I've heard his entire discography, and Mr. Electron's the only song in it I like.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, really not much to say. It's not like a bad song per se. It's just, it's a.
I thought
a
the
song
sound
on
design was
Perfect Record.
kind of cool.
The sound,
Kind
the
of
sound
cool.
design was cool. The snares are
But it's
really
like-
I
punchy.
guess the snare was
It's
good.
not
but
exactly unique, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah,
The sound design, it's. If this was like the first song I heard like this, I'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool. But I've listened to Rushdown. I've listened to Asora. You know, like we've heard this sound a lot
Yeah.
before, and it's not as interesting to me anymore.
All right, I'm feeling like a high 5.
Yeah, I'm feeling
Same.
5 too.
Five across the board.
And Zaj said he'd give it a 3. His reasoning was bad game or dubstep.
Yeah. All right, what are you guys'? What was your favorite song? What was your least favorite? And what would you add to your playlist?
Who's first?
Jim, you start with
Oh.
one order. Oh my god, Jim. Oh my god.
Can you shut your trap?
Toxic.
My favorite song was Rumors. I would only add that and The Devil I Know to my playlist though. Least favorite was Esplanade.
Yeah. My favorite was the Cory Henry song. My playlist ads are probably Interstellar, The Devil I Know, and Rise. And my least favorite is also Pierce Fulton Esplanade.
Yeah, my favorite is between Fragments and Interstellar. It could be either, but Fragments has the benefit of having already been in my playlist for a week. Yeah, again, least favorite, I'm going with Esplanade. And for playlist ads, it's Interstellar and Fragments, and maybe Cormak and maybe Ricco Harver.
Yeah, and Zaj said his favorite was Interstellar, least favorite was Pierce Fulton, and Interstellar and Rise were his playlist ads. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Hideout Rundown. Leave your rankings and your ratings and your recommendations in the comments below, and we'll see you guys next week for another episode. Bye.